something.
Today, yeah, of course. I think it ended what few minutes ago, or a few hours ago.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for the podium ceremony.
Verstappen, and then we got Alpine on the podium. Wow,
Yeah,
that's
unbelievable.
unbelievable. Is it championship over for McLaren now? You'd say for Norris?
Um, I not yet. It's
You don't
too
think so?
close. No, I don't think so because you
Okay.
only if you have one race where Max isn't scoring points,
Yep.
then the gap is almost closed.
Because
It's
right,
but,
yeah,
how many points is it now? 44, and it will be a bit more.
50 something. No, not even 50. 45, you'd say.
Yeah, 44.
Well, we're looking forward to. It's going to be Las Vegas next, and then Qatar. Hopefully, we're going to have some good
Oh,
footage for everybody from there. I don't know if everyone remembers from last year. We managed to get some driver interviews as well, and yeah, just ask them questions about karting. Really. So, if you guys have any questions you'd like us to do this year with drivers, karting
oh,
related, of course, add that
oh,
spin on. Be sure to let
that's-
us know. Maybe we could do a shout out for Marcel from Leclerc. Is that your favorite driver?
um, not especially.
Okay.
When Hamilton joins Ferrari, I will support Leclerc more than Hamilton because I think he's not a really nice person. I don't know him, but he's acting like if it's going bad, it's someone's fault. It's going good, then he's God, and I don't like that attitude.
Everyone has their
And
own personality in
yeah,
F1.
absolutely. Yeah,
Well,
what
who is
what
your
more?
current favorite driver on the grid?
Um, Mostly it's underdogs. So guys like
Mm,
Gasly or Tsunoda, I really want them sometimes on the podium, like today, for example. But
amazing. Well, yeah, we love those kinds of races. I absolutely agree. What we're going to do for today is just wait for a couple of drivers who
yeah,
submitted footage.
you got a lot of footage.
We had a lot all for Sunday. So Saturday seems
You, s-
that nobody wanted to go ahead, which is not an issue. We got Gu Guilherme
Guillermo, Guillermo,
Guillermo. I really
yeah,
need to work on pronunciation. He's been
Mr.
around for a while on the academy,
Yeah,
actually.
Mr. Forlani, it's easier.
Mr. Volani. I'd love to see his footage once he can log on. He's an experienced driver from Brazil, and the level of driving there is very high. He's got some footage for us. Then we've got Gerardo. So he probably raced today at this track. He was saying there was some kind of endurance event that went on, and he was hoping to join. Then we have Emmanuel. Hopefully, we can admit as well. Hey, what's up, Rami? Welcome back.
Hello.
What's up, Rami? Can you hear us? I think you're muted.
He just said hello, but that's all.
Yep, no worries. Let us know once you are back on that. What I want to do is just go over a few questions we had from the live chat. So some people ask, how can I send a lap? Just go on to the KTips website, register through the Academy section, and send a request to join. I'm going to admit you. What we'll do is hopefully take a few comments from the introduction page. In the last week, there were a number of people who joined. We'll quickly go through who they were. We had Lewis from Germany. He's been karting since 8 years old, but he's not done it regularly. And especially in the last few years, he hasn't drove that much, but he plans to do outdoor karting. And he's planning to do these big outdoor tracks such as Monza in Germany and highway kart racing. If anyone knows these tracks, let us know your feedback in the comments. We then had Ignacio from Chile join. He races at Speed Park in the RT10s. Those are very, very powerful. And he combines his karting with iRacing, which is excellent. He's currently taking Suelio's program, and he uses Racebox for analysis, which is excellent. Anyone else who knows Suelio? Very famous iRacing
Yeah,
YouTuber.
I know him.
What's up, Rami? Can hear you now.
Yeah.
I'm just going to finish off, then we'll come to you. Then we had Gerardo, who's hoping to join today's session. He was asking general tips about his track. He's actually from Mexico. And then we had Victor, who's a senior driver from Poland. He races at E1 Go Kart, which is very popular. It's a new track. We've reviewed it a couple of times now. We also did some reviews with one of the quickest drivers there, Jacob, and he wanted some feedback on his race, basically. We had Pedro join. He's from Portugal, and he shared some photos as well. He's a passionate driver in rental karts. Looks like a lot of outdoor karting that he does. These are a few photos, dry and wet. And finally, we had Jakiem. He's from Czech Republic, and he mostly goes to a track called Motekari. So it's a track, maybe, well, it's located near Brno, and he also goes to a track which is located in Prague. He also does SWS, and he's relatively new to that as he plans to do his second race this year. Whilst we wait for people to log in, what we're going to do is have some footage in the background whilst we go over some other commonly asked questions. Let me just locate some footage for everyone to put in the background. What's up, Rami? Welcome back. Rami, you there?
Yeah, I'm here, but like my mic's not working.
No worries. How have you been?
I'm good.
Are you able to get any racing done lately? I know
Now
you were
most
struggling.
now most places are still closed for maintenance, but there's like this one place I'm gonna try to go to. But since of weather conditions, they're still trying. There was a storm, so there's
Okay.
lots of damage on the tracks. They
Right.
opened today. Yeah,
Is that rain, basically? Heavy rain.
yeah, very.
And was your area affected? Was there lots of flooding? I saw some
No,
places
no,
were
just
flooding, actually.
yeah, just like some rain, but like here they're not that prepared in Saudi Arabia for rain.
Now it's becoming regular with cloud seeding, so I'm sure they're going to have to adjust their
Yeah.
thing. Let me know if you're able to get to the track one of the days. It'll be nice to know which one you
Yeah.
visited.
I'll
We went
try
over a
to.
few.
Yeah.
We went over a few some time ago, right? The big outdoor
Yeah,
tracks. Was there anything you wanted to go over in today's track help, or you just watching?
I'm just watching.
No worries, no worries. You're welcome to watch. You're welcome to join in over here. What's up, Harry? Welcome back.
Hello. Yeah, it's been a while, so I decided to come on. I sort of got the notification that you were live, and I just stopped watching
Amazing.
Formula One.
Welcome. I was gonna say we just reviewed the results. It's a shock podium.
Oh yeah, it's a good race though.
Good race. I missed a good race then. I'll have to catch up on the highlights.
I woke up to the qualifying results and I was shocked.
What happened in quali?
Just like the Synodal's third, and like Max was obviously 12th.
Yeah.
It was quite interesting.
Max won in the end though.
Yeah.
As expected.
Yeah.
Amazing. You just shared some footage from Brighton karting.
Yeah.
You wanted to go over this today?
Yeah. Now I did struggle a bit here. Obviously, I wasn't. I mean, it was my first time here, but I wanted to see what maybe I could do better, because I couldn't. I wasn't. I don't think I was that consistent, and I was struggling quite a bit, just generally with rotation and stuff like that.
Is this a GoPro you're using or Insta?
I'm using the GoPro. The Insta I only use really for tracks which don't allow
Gotcha.
like helmet camera.
No, it's just the audio's up and down. I don't know if you can tell.
Yeah, it's the wind filter. I think it's a little bit broken.
Okay. Right. Because I can hear like a faded engine noise. Very.
I think it might be
low
my
sound.
case. I'm not sure.
Okay, you're putting it in a case. Is this a chin mount you're using?
Yeah. It's a chin mount.
Nice. I remember when we did. We've done Brighton karting a few times over here, and it's actually Benjamin Hamilton Racing. We
Oh,
went
he's very
for
fast. Yeah.
one of his laps. Believe it or not, were you with him in this race?
Funnily enough, he did invite me to come down the day after, but I
Yeah.
was busy that day, so I couldn't come. But he was saying next time I'm down here, he's gonna help me.
Awesome, awesome. You were lucky to get a dry running today.
Yeah, definitely.
Amazing,
I'm
amazing.
quite lucky with the weather. I think the past 2 years I've only had torrential rain
Mhm.
once, hail once, and a damp track once. There's been no other bad weather.
All
No
right,
rain
okay.
before, which is it's
So
interesting.
we need to race with you then for the dry stuff.
Exactly. Yeah.
What's up, Guy? Welcome. Can you hear
Hello,
us?
Omar. How you doing? Yeah, I'm here. Hello.
Oh well, thank you. Guy, have you been to Brighton karting before?
No, this is a track I need to go to. Actually, it looks like a lot of fun. Lots of elevation change. And quite a quick, fast-flowing track, which is my style. So I want to go here.
Amazing, amazing. This is Harry's footage, actually. Harry, you've changed your hand position. You prefer a
Ye-
slightly higher version now.
Yeah, I mean, I've been experimenting because, I mean, the plan was today was to put my seat all the way forward, try and test out what like with more front grip would be like.
Mhm.
But for some reason in this kart, if I moved my seat forward, it wouldn't really like my legs were like hitting the steering wheel. But in other Sodis, I can do it, which is confusing. So I don't really know. This kart was horrible. You can see the NASA panel. It's like flapping around and it's like really
Right.
super low. I don't know why, but apparently this is like one of the worst karts in the fleet.
Okay. How many sessions did you do this day?
Just 1 30 minutes. There was only 1 30-minute session.
Okay, so it's just flat out basically.
Mhm.
And how were the timings from the beginning and then your best?
I don't remember. I'll quickly get the results up. I got emailed it. I think it's around 44 or 43, something like that.
Okay. Yeah.
I've got it here.
Not bad. And who's this in front of you in the black suit?
This is my friend Jamie. So he does this
Nice.
track quite a bit, but he's a little bit faster than him because he's a bit heavier and a bit taller. So
Okay, well, he's a regular at the track. No,
Yeah.
Brighton karting, it's a good track from what we've seen. Other drivers have shared their footage here, and in terms of the track itself, which parts are you doing well? Which parts are you trying to figure out still?
I think it's more the chicane and
Which you're
the
coming up
kind
to
of-
over here?
No, it's like the one after, like near the start finish straight.
Ah, okay. So after this, basically.
Yeah, I think everyone kind of struggles with that corner. It's quite
right
weird
left.
to kind of get the car into,
Mhm.
and then kind of the corner after it, like the uphill kind of like fast swooping right, is also quite like confusing on how you take the line.
Interesting.
Like this one here, because you can see my friend here takes it quite wide,
Yep.
and I take it quite narrow. Oh, there's one in the wall there, but I took it quite narrow.
Let's take a look at this. Actually, you had some clean laps. What was your best lap, do you think, in this clip?
Maybe in this, I think I got it near the end. The fastest lap, so I think it was a 44.6. I can get it up here.
Awesome. 44.6. That's not bad at all. I'm just trying to look at.
Yeah, 44.6 is probably near the start of the clip. I'm not really sure. I'm not. I don't because I'm testing out the new footage, so it
Yeah.
chopped up the footage even more on the GoPro now because I'm doing it in 4K and stuff like that. So the GoPro chops it up and it's really awkward.
Yeah, it's
So-
8-minute segments, doesn't it? It's a pain.
Does it for 5 minutes for me because it's I think
5
it's really
minutes?
the size. Yeah.
Oh God, that's frustrating.
So Marcel, the RT10s, they're some of the fastest Sodis rental carts, and
Oh,
basically you get. I believe there's a couple of variations. I'm sure there's a 390 version of it. Which
Yeah,
ones are-
but
390.
390.
Yeah, that's the one. So probably the 270 is the limited one. Which one are you driving here, Harry? These are RT10s.
These are
No, this is an SR4.
SR4s. Yeah.
That's the SR4s. Same as Daytona.
Yeah, I think they've SR5.
SR5.
Yeah,
that's right. We've got the
yeah.
They're very
Yeah,
similar though, isn't it?
Yeah, the way you can distinguish the two, if I may chip in real quick. is on the brand new SR5s. They have actually have headlights on them, and sometimes even a brake light. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Harry, you probably have more experience in the Sony's than I do. The section for the weights, like for the extra weights you can put in on the SR5s, are bigger, and they can store more weights than the SR4s.
I think
Is that correct? Do we know?
I think the ballast is correct, but the lights and it's basically just the track's preference.
Okay, my bad. I've only ever seen an SR5 with or even the RSX2s, the electric ones.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What I will say is, and you got to tell me this here, Harry. These SR4s, were these the understeery kind, or were they really over? Because tracks can set them up where they
have two different fleets of them. I think, from what I've been told. But Benji was saying there's one with like a big bumper and one with a small bumper. The big bumper ones, I think, have more front end, and the one I'm in, which is the small bumper ones, are less front end.
And these are the 270cc, so they're not going to be, And last thing, because this will help Omar decide how he wants to take this. Do you know if these are the petrol ones or the LMPG ones?
No, the LPG ones are only like Lakeside and Brentwood. I'm pretty sure these are petrol.
Just double checking because what I found was the LMPG ones is that it depends how they set them up. It's really weird. Sometimes they can be incredibly quick in accelerating, but Lakeside, the bottom end just bogs down everywhere, doesn't it? And you all know that because you went there.
Yeah, exactly.
But the SR4s are light go-karts, so I like these karts. Go on, Omar, sorry.
No, it's great to hear you guys' feedback, actually. And we'll get your input as well, Guy, of the tricky first couple of corners. So this is the right, left, you'd say chicane section. And talk me through where you're braking and where you're planning to turn in at the moment, based on this first session you sort of over here.
I mean, really, there's not much to base it off of.
Yep, I'm feeling.
So, yeah, pretty much feeling. I mean, through here, it's kind of throwing it in quite early, or I think it should be a bit later. I mean, throughout the day, I was just testing out different driving styles. I think this is when I was going a bit more aggressive. But I think being a bit smoother is a little bit faster in these karts. Usually the later apex kind of works.
Yeah, I think when you tackle a corner like this, think about how you can be quick out to the second part. Similar to what's your friend's name?
Jamie.
Similar to what Jamie's sort of trying to achieve over here. And yeah, the way you deal with the first part, I'd get your braking done nice and early. I know you're being aggressive, throwing the kart in. It looks a bit understeery, this kart as well. I
got told it's a rubbish kart.
Yeah, so with these, you try to throw the kart in, take some of the curb at the inside as well. Maybe on other laps you did better than that, and try to stay slightly right so you can then open up the left. So even going a bit deep into this first corner, turning in slightly later so you can go for a later apex, ending up on the right hand side,
and kind of opening up that second corner as well, right?
Exactly that.
Speed.
Then the next 100% flat out, throw your body weight to the right as you sharply turn to the left, similar to what Jamie's doing there. And then, try and hug those curbs. I believe that's what Benjamin was saying a few months back over this.
Do we know if getting onto more that runoff area is beneficial or not? I presume it's not, because it's quite the track goes back over to the left here. I presume you kind of just want to get where he is now, half on, half off.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like that.
Yeah.
Because you want to straight line that bit as best as possible, I presume.
Great point.
It's a video of Benji taking this chicane perfectly. I'll find it in a second, actually.
Go for it.
I remember seeing it. It's
I believe that was a sunny day, right? And he had
he did Club 73.
Is this Benjamin Hamilton?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is quick outdoors. I mean, I think I went to Brett. This is my first one at Buckmore. I went to Buckmore. He just cooked me and like everyone else there.
He's been racing there since he was 8, though. So
there you go. Yeah, if he came to Acton, he'd get cooked. Let's just put it that way.
I'll find the video here.
We need Benjamin to come on. 1v1.
Hey, listen, with the 1v1 as well. Also, Omar, just while Harry's finding this, Dante doesn't reply to my DM, bro. He hasn't even seen it.
No worries. You said you met him at a track once or something?
I met him ages ago at
Okay.
at the Reading opening.
Right. I'll get in touch with him as well.
Yeah.
I met him
He
once
killed
last year in summer. It was.
He's nice. He's a nice guy. I
great
met him
guy.
as well.
Where was
what I will
it?
say is-
Daytona, Milton Keynes.
Yeah, probably Daytona. Yeah.
Daytona,
What I
Sandown.
will- What I will say is, so you know about the camera issue at Lakeside. Mr. Harry over here managed to sneak a camera into Lakeside and Brentwood.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
You Harry, you
stuff
naughty
there.
boy.
The Instant 360. It's a very to Lakeside and Brentwood. They're very like difficult with it. Like for example, I got into the pit lane. I was like, okay, I've got it in because I used it before, and I was like, oh, okay, perfect, because I use a clear visor. They could definitely see a red light flashing in my helmet. So I thought, oh, okay, I'll just leave my tinted visor open. They won't bother.
Yeah.
And then the marshal goes, oh, Harry, take the camera for me, please. I'm like,
It was
it's
so
just,
annoying.
and then I snuck it into Lakeside, and yeah, it's annoying. But anyways, I sent the short in the chat. It's a
YouTube short, is it? Oh no. Oh,
Oops. Let's take a look.
Yeah.
The offboard. Okay,
Mhm.
beautiful.
He has a lot more grip into that, and you can see he's stuck it right by the tyre barrier.
Yeah.
And then on the exit, he's still right on the right-hand side. Like
Mhm.
he's not drifting out whatsoever. Harry, it was a cold day. Like, yeah,
Beautiful.
Yeah,
He's not really messing around with this runoff either.
No,
he's not,
Not
is
really.
And you can tell his really throwing the kart into the first part. Look how he hugs that barrier ever
Mhm.
so slightly, and then he'll
Yeah.
flick it to the left.
Yeah.
So all accelerating through there, hugging the left-hand barrier, and then
just flat out.
now it's like the shortest path. So rather than coming all the way out here, he's
Mhm.
like, well, I can take a shorter path by just continuing like that.
I think
latter
he
part.
might have slowed it down a bit more, possibly, to get it thrown into that first apex.
And a great point there. Sometimes the best way to do a tight line like that is just slowing it down a lot on this entry part. So think about the first part, sacrifice time. So the rest of it, you're under control.
Yeah.
You can easily throw the kart in.
And it's kind of okay, especially in the fourth because you can get back onto the power medium. As it bogs out like, low speed, you're not thinking, oh god, I've overshot that corner. You can actually just sit through the bogging and get through it.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes slow is fast. Slow and fast out.
You would never have guessed, would you?
Didn't know that. No, but just looking at this lap in isolation, slow it down a little more. And then even though you're getting understeer, you could hopefully have kept it tighter. That's just something you need to experiment next time. Hopefully you'll get a better kart as well, which handles better. Then we got this next section coming up. So basically it's downhill slightly and then almost a banked type corner coming up. It's down and then it's into a right. So it's interesting the lines that you take. If you watch Jamie in front, initially he's ahead by a kart length on corner entry. As he chucks it into the right, he's gone for a slightly later turn in, later apex. You've gone in slightly earlier than him, so you can see you're going to hit the apex first. He's actually missed the apex slightly, so he's understeered a bit. And that's how the gap reduces on this lap.
Go on, carry on.
No, go for it.
No, Jamie. So I was a bit quicker than Jamie, I think. Actually, let me check. I remember I beat him, I think, and I love showing it off to him. He came, I think he came 5th, and I beat him by 3 tenths because the only reason. So I was taking this corner a lot different and taking quite an early apex. I think he kind of emphasizes the lateness of his apex a lot. Like he did that super wide, and it was always leaving it open for me to overtake him. And in the faster kind of high speed right left, he took it super wide as well. And again, it was another kind of opportunity for me to overtake him. So I was kind of trying to follow through. What's the word? I was not completely copying his lines because I felt that I was quicker than him, and it was. I think it was a bit stupid to kind of take it so wide.
Yeah, you know what's interesting? If you take a look at the driver in front, you'll just see as he turns in late. I don't know if there's a slight bump here. You'll know better than me. Real life. Pause on the freeze frame. If you look at his steering wheel, he's neutral. And then as he goes over this bump, you can see then he oversteers mid-corner. And if you notice his hand over there. So just by delaying your turn by a fraction of a second later, you then ride over this bump in such an angle which throws your kart off slightly, causes you to oversteer, and then lose
I think
mid-corner speed, and then he has to correct coming back. I think that's basically what happened there.
I think
Yeah.
Harry's line is actually much better on this course because of that he just missed the bump. I think that's the key thing is he's missing that bump.
Yeah, it's just here, and the front right.
It is right there.
Yeah.
I mean, his left tire's going over, but it's just the left. It doesn't really matter that much because all the weight is on the right anyway. No, left.
Left, right, regardless. I think,
but it's very similar to that one corner at Acton. But it sounds stupid, but it's the same sort of concept. At Acton, straight off the stop finish line, that really kind of that under.
Yeah.
And there's a massive ditch, but if you get it into that ditch perfectly, even though it might not seem like the optimum racing line, because you're avoiding the nasty part of the ditch, you take that corner a lot nicer than if you take the traditional racing line. I think that's definitely what's happening here. And believe it or not, I think Mr. Cameron Das, God forbid his soul, came here and made a video here, and he was taking the same line as you, Harry, which is definitely superior in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It looks flowing. It looks smooth. What about lifting or braking?
And it pays off because look, he's catching. Carry on.
Lifting or braking? Anything in this corner?
I think like a dab of the brakes.
Okay, interesting. Get some rotation.
I mean, it depends because, like, I think slow and fast out. If you want to apply that and kind of get more front end, you've got to probably brake. These karts have like no top end at all. I was looking on the GPS data, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's inaccurate because the track map looked like it was drawn by a 5-year-old when I was looking at the data. But it was like it was saying 35 miles an hour down the straight.
Okay.
So I think probably somewhere around there, which means that probably you won't need to brake that much because it's simply so slow. And these tires are, I think they're on Dunlops or Duros. It's one of the two.
Okay.
And so they have quite a bit of grip.
Interesting. What about the other corners? Anywhere else you felt you needed to improve on?
I mean, kind of the exit of that corner we've just gone past because everyone takes it a bit wider, but I always found myself kind of running a little bit kind of narrow.
Yeah, you can see already the difference in lines. Slightly tighter overall on the entry. Yep, you're just inside the white line, whereas some others like to go right up to the barrier. Tap of the brakes again, I assume. Turn into the apex.
I think it's almost just
back out
about
wide.
a lift. Sometimes it's quite flat. I mean, it felt like it was pretty.
Your line looks good through here because you've got to look at it overall. So it starts with this entry for the first right. What happened was, it's interesting. If you just look at the distance pre-right-hander,
It's like
this
two
entry,
kart widths.
Yeah, it's very, very close. And I don't know if you take a bit too much curb or if the driver in front is just full sending it. But just as we turn in, you can see, I think you get a bit of understeer. You're slightly off the curb on the inside this time. And he's just pulling away ever so slightly.
Yeah.
What is it over here? Flat?
Yeah, it's just flat. I think kind of coming into the second kind of part of the complex, it's difficult. Everyone takes it differently by extra things, but because me and Jamie were both on the heavier side of things, we can kind of take it a little bit easier.
Just after that, then you opt to take it slightly tighter, stay in the middle. A reason I think Jamie is going back out wide, he's trying to maximize that momentum, getting a better exit. And he pulls ahead ever so slightly, but you regain it on corner entry. And yeah, again, widening up the entry, you can see that he's going for a late apex in front. And it neutralizes. Not bad. I'd say if you really want to experiment something, two things. On the exit of this turn, maybe try to go all the way back out.
Yep.
See if that does give you better momentum, although we're taking more meters. And then on entry of this hairpin, try and go exactly where Jamie's going. You see he's right up against the black barrier, brushing alongside that. Maybe that makes it easier to turn in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
When are you going to go to Brighton karting next? Is this
So they
a
do.
regular
They hope.
track you plan
They,
to go
they,
to?
it's like an hour away. I mean, so there's so many tracks near me now, like Buckmore, Daytona, Sandown, Brighton. They're all kind of like an option for me. Obviously, I mean, I'm doing the Club 100 at Buckmore. I've managed to get onto the list, and
Mm,
I'm doing Club 100 next year. I was planning on doing owner karting, but it just seems like too much of a hassle. I think it's too early for me. Um,
okay. How long you been doing rentals?
so I mean, I did start in July 2022, but it was never
Okay.
anything kind of serious. So it
Yeah.
was only really this year it kind of got into me actually wanting to get into it and go for it. And I mean, I guess I did. I was lucky enough to do the Club 100 Championship, like
Yeah.
as a part of it. I'm doing 6 rounds this year, and
Amazing.
I've been on and off now, which is not that bad. So we'll
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
see where it goes from there.
No, remember this is like a bridging period. The fact you're doing Club 100 because the engine is very similar.
Mhm.
Okay, the chassis will be different,
Yeah.
but just something faster speed, and then having that competitive environment. Everyone there is very serious. Same thing in owner karting. A lot of the drivers will be above that beginner level you generally see in rental cars, and it's good to race hard, develop your racecraft like that,
Mhm.
and it's good to assess how you're doing, and just through experience you're going to get better and better. So the fact that you've done what, there's 6 rounds now, Club 100.
Yeah, so I did
Yep.
4 rounds of like an experience, and then I've done like one of their main championship, and I'm doing the Buckmore main championship, which
Yeah.
is in 6 days' time.
I believe the series which is getting really popular is the GX. Is it
Yeah,
200?
yeah, yeah.
GX 200?
That was the target, funnily enough, for me to do
Yeah,
that. And I estimated it was 3 grand. Buy a chassis off Brad Philpott, the guy that's obviously popularizing the entirety of it.
exactly. Brad, that's it.
I
Brad,
was
he makes some great videos about that series.
exactly.
And yeah, I think if it's still an owner kart championship,
And it's
it's
just a bit faster than Club 100.
exactly that. It's going to suit more of a rental car driving style as well because the engines are 4-stroke.
hmm
Seeing the 2 strokes, it's very sensitive on the throttle. The power band is different as well.
hmm
So this is a great competition to go to, and it's very affordable compared to Rotax, for example.
It's also very popular. I mean, I was talking to my friend, who he's already like kind of booked on to next year. And the seniors is already full already for next year
Wow,
entirely,
wow,
which is interesting.
that's incredible.
But they have all these other series which connect to it as well. Like they have 100 UK, which is like TKM on a 2003 chassis,
Yep,
and they just have all these kind of like budget series connected to it. But the one issue is just storing it and transporting it for me.
amazing, amazing. Um, I'm just trying to locate a good video which we could put in the background. I'll share a link to his channel. I'm sure you've obviously contacted him directly for a cart. Is that right?
Yeah, so he was selling. I was looking on the GXUK like Facebook,
Yeah,
and he said he's selling 2 chassis. They're
amazing.
two 2016 Tony carts.
Yeah.
And so he sold one of them, and he said, "Oh, it's 1.2k. It comes with everything. I think it comes with a set
Wow.
of MXJs. I'll find it real quick. It came with
So
pretty much
cart
everything,
engine.
except for engine and
Um.
engine mounts.
Oh,
It came with everything.
okay. So you need to put the engine in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
1.2 k. That's a good deal. That's a good deal. Of course, check the chassis in real life, things like that,
Yeah,
and make sure it's not bent and all the usual stuff. But aside from that, I think you should be good.
I'll try and find it here. Here we go. Uh, it comes with fresh bodywork, sticker kit, brand new set of bearings, brand new axle, floor tray, MXJs, new steering, a dual lines, and a throttle cable.
Amazing.
So all I'd need is an engine, and they would be roughly £800, I think. I've
Yep.
got a sheet, everything with like I've got pretty much every single type of karting that I could go into next year. So I have Club 100, owner karting as a privateer and as a team,
Yep.
GXUK, which is just over 3 grand, which isn't that bad.
Excellent. Well, that's what you do. You put everything on a spreadsheet. You look at location of races, and yeah, what will be best bang for buck, and what the best option is in terms of prizes and progressing forward. I think that's great. Be sure to keep us updated, though, Harry, about how that goes. There's lots of people just like yourself who are curious how to take the next steps and all. So based on your experiences, it'll be good to share your feedback as well based on that. Was there anything else you wanted to cover before we move on to the next driver?
Oh, I mean, do you think instead of doing junior, I should
Yeah.
wait as I'm heavier and take the step up to senior if like say doing Rotax?
See, with Rotax, they're quite strict with the age limit. So I believe it's 12 to 14, well, 12 to 15, and then 15 plus is senior. There's some championships who give an exception for 14-year-olds who maybe have a lot more experience and things. I wouldn't worry too much about the weight, because how much do you weigh at the moment with everything on?
I mean, it's very variable. It's like 10 Ks, 70 kg, like 5 kg over or under.
Yeah, 70 kg is not bad. You see, the more you lose weight, the more then you add the ballast in terms of lead to your seat. That's how it works in Rotax.
Yeah.
They calculate weight with driver and kart, so it'll be like 160 kilos or 170 kilos. You have to check out what the specification is for your championship. But some drivers like to cut a lot of body weight and be like 5 kilos under or 10 kilos under and add that in lead. Some drivers just use their own body weight and they're up top. But 70 kilos is fine. I think for junior, yeah, you might need to cut a bit. You might be slightly overweight, but senior, it's fine. 70 is perfect.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 15 next year, so it looks like it's all right. I mean,
yeah, not bad.
Yeah, that's all.
Thank you so much for joining, Harry. It's always a pleasure to go over your footage. You can follow on the live meet or the live stream. What's up to the main Templar?
What's up, man?
Welcome. Where are you joining us from?
Wait, what was that?
Where are you joining us from? Which country?
US.
Amazing. Did you submit any footage on the academy?
Yeah, I got it. It's I think like the second last one.
Awesome. Are you Emmanuel?
Yeah.
What's up, Emmanuel?
Yo, what's up, man?
Welcome.
I'm using a different account right now, so I'm sorry about that.
Yeah. No, I got confused. Main Templar. I was just trying to figure out the name. No worries. You said you wanted to go over Houston Karting Complex.
Yeah. I was trying to figure out the best racing lane on that track that I posted on there.
Absolutely. And is that your local track? You go there regularly?
It's like 45 or 47 minutes away from where I live, so yeah.
Awesome. I'm just bringing up some footage. Do you have any footage of you driving, or we'll try and find one?
No, I don't. I don't.
If I'm not mistaken, this might be. Have you heard of a YouTuber, Illegal Alien Racing?
I don't think
He's based in US. I'm sure this is his local track, if I'm not mistaken. It probably is. Then it might be. I'm sure Houston Karting Complex is where he races. We got some footage here of it seems like a league race. Have you done any of these league races? Seems that they've got points and all this stuff.
No, I have not yet.
Awesome.
I am planning to though. So yeah.
Same carts, I assume, right? You're driving.
Yeah, same
that
carts.
we see in the video.
Yeah.
Awesome. I just want to see how this pans out. Basically, this looks like a typical race start. Let's get familiar with the layout and all. As we watch through the footage, just confirm if it's the same layout that you're doing, because they probably vary from track to track.
Yeah, no, it's the same. No, yeah,
same layout. Yeah. Honestly, this looks a lot of fun to drive. It's very high speed. You got lots of these hairpin turns. But for an outdoor track, this looks really enjoyable, and especially in a league race like this, it gets quite close between different parts.
Yeah.
Straight off the bat, what I can identify, this is a momentum track, meaning it's quite wide. and it's all about keeping your engine revs as high as possible, making
Mhm.
sure you don't come to a complete stop or you don't drift too much in some corners. Try to keep constant, and the
Yeah.
more you can do that, the easier it will be to stay on pace. What you'll notice, the driver we're watching, he was battling for like half a lap, and already the drivers in front just pulled away. So
Yeah.
that shows how being off the line or being held up can really affect you on this lap. What the next thing that we look for is basically the track limits. So every track, whether it's indoor outdoor, will be defined by barriers or curbs, and you're lucky that you've got a combination of that. So for example, you've got curbs, which are these red and white things over here, and then you've also got some runoff in terms of, I believe these are some bricks they've got and some barriers. Try to stay within the track limits, but what we want to try to do is make the track as wide as possible. So starting a new lap, for example, I believe this is the start finish, right? You start the lap somewhere here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. High speed sequence like this, I would say take the shortest path possible, similar to what the onboard driver is doing. He's staying to the left hand side, and then as the next corner comes up, he'll try to take the straightest path possible. By the way, what sort of lap times are you doing at this track?
At the moment, it would be either 63 or 64.
And what are the top drivers doing?
Last Sunday, I've seen the best lap time was 58.
58. Okay. No worries. I think your target is to get a low 1 minute, so into the 60s or 61. And then you
Yeah.
can try to chase that 59, 58, more and more experience.
Yeah.
So here, what we're going to try and do, take the shortest path possible. Turn one, it's then we have a repeat. So it's a left, right into a sharper, now again, left, right. So again, over here, what we try to do, make the straightest path possible from this corner to the next. What you'll notice is there is minimal steering input. If you watch a steering wheel, we try to keep this as straight as possible.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
in karting, literally, where you look is where you'll drive. It's a nice connection we have. So try to look ahead at all times, and we're trying towards what we call the target apex. So target apex means where do we want our kart to be at the corner. So over here, this is the target apex. Looks like this is actually a bit of sand you've got on the right side. So that's clear track limits. Turn one, going back to your track map, is basically a sharp U-turn. So we've come down this portion over here, we cut across this part, and then we've got a hairpin, right? It's a left-hand hairpin.
Yeah.
Beautiful. What I'm going to try and do is actually get that on maps real quick. Let's just open that up. It looks really, really nice, this does. Yeah, beautiful. What we want to try and do for any corner, for example, here, is break it down into 3 stages. So we have the entry, we have the apex, and we have the exit. Let's put it in blue. Your entry should be as wide as possible. So as we said, have a wide entry. And this is the corner. It's flat out, or not flat out. It's just a left-hander. The apex is always the middle of the turn. So here, the apex, it's clearly identified by the red and white curb. In an apex, you'll have the early apex, you'll have the middle, and then you'll have late. We want to try and avoid the early apex, going too early. What happens if we go too early in the corner? Then we end up wide very quickly. So try to delay the turn in, go for either middle or delay the turn in even more and go for a sharp late turn, something like that. Always try to hit the latter part of the corner, especially because we've got a long straightaway over here. So get good speed. And the best thing to do over here, slow in fast out. Get onto the brakes nice and early, or get off the gas, lift nice and early in the turn. And try to, as we said, have a wide entry. Look ahead now to the middle of the corner, to our apex. Make sure not to turn in too early. can see the driver in front, just tap of the brakes, mid apex, and then what he's doing now is looking to the outside of the track. Exit back out wide using the runoff on exit. Carry that speed onto the straightaway. This is all flat out, flat out. From the outside part of the track, we've now positioned ourselves back to the middle, and we should be looking ahead to the left. Take the shortest path possible, remember. From the brief left-hander we've got, we now try to take the straight line coming up. This is probably going to be your first heavy braking point. Where do you brake over here for this turn? Is there a specific place that you press the brakes, or is it on peeling?
Yeah, right there. Like at the end of that yellow part, that's where I usually brake. Yeah.
Great reference. Try to do that nice and early. What we're trying to do is go for hard braking, use the brakes almost to turn the kart. You can see the driver in this video does that. Says he brakes, then he turns, and as he puts more and more pressure on the brakes, mid corner, he gets a bit of counter steer, and then he can release his foot off the brakes there and get back onto the gas. What we want to try to do is always close the distance between yourself and the apex. And this corner is very similar to the previous one. So this is actually the first part, simple left, but then immediately goes into a right. So you've got a double hairpin over here. The secret with a double hairpin, really, we'll just see how soon it comes. Yep, you go immediately into the second part. That's awesome. This is a typical double hairpin turn. What you got to do in this scenario, as we mentioned, brake for the first part, maybe where the yellow barrier starts, even just after. So we brake for the first part. Now what we want to do is slowly get back onto the gas. I'd go for, again, a sharp late turn in, so you can hit a late apex. When you can hit a late apex somewhere over here, you end up on the left-hand side for the upcoming corner. And this is perfect because the left-hand side is the outside. So from the left, we can flick it back into the right. Take a mid-apex, exit back out wide. Key thing in this double hairpin is all of the braking is done only for the first part. Because your kart is already slowed down now, what you need to do is position the kart number one correctly. As we said, a late apex, stay on the left-hand side, but your speed is already low. So take the second part of this hairpin flat out. No need to lift, no need to get on the brakes. What I would recommend, though, on entry of the second hairpin over here, try to go for a sharp turn-in, similar to what the driver is doing over here. Sharp turn-in allows you to get good rotation. Let's see what follows this turn now. Seems to be a fast right into a left. This is a nice, almost chicane-style corner. So right-left is always a chicane, and you can see on the overhead shot, it's a nice combination. Are you braking for this corner, or is it flat out?
No. Yeah, I brake during that corner.
So coming through the right over here, maybe a bit of a brake.
Yeah, on the yellow part where you just saw, that's where I usually brake. Right
you brake around here.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep. That's
nice. Let's just go over the line, then we'll go over the braking point. The idea is, for a chicane, your mindset should be, how can I be fast coming out of this corner and going onto the straight? So we need to set ourselves up, first of all, in the best possible entry. Now, what we got to do is think of it in different stages. So our entry should be wide. So let's have a wide entry. We then want to cut into, let's have a wide entry over here. This is easier. Wide entry on the left-hand side. I'd go for not an early apex, not even a middle apex. I'd go for a late apex over here. So sharp late turn-in equals late apex. This is going to be the apex. This is our entry. The second apex is going to be either middle or late, and then your exit is over here. So when we connect the dots, you can come through something like this. Flat out for the first right, sharp late turn. As the corner comes tight for the left, now maybe we do the tap of the brake, and then we throw the kart into the left and take a smooth line like that. That's how the line should look. Main thing I want to discuss with you about now is this part over here. Should we brake? Should we lift? It's good that you're braking already. That means you're being cautious and you're trying to have the kart within its limits. Just by looking at the overall layout over here, I think slowly you can transition from brake now to lift. And the way you can transition from brake to lift is two things. Number one is going to be an early lift. So I'd say as you come through this right-hand corner and the curb ends on this side on the right, I'd be lifting off the gas over here completely, 100%. Quite an aggressive lift.
Got it.
And the second thing you want to do, so as you're lifting, so when you lift off the gas, we call this period coasting because there's no brake, no gas. Your kart is just coasting in the corner. As you coast, then you want to initiate a sharp left-hand turn. So think about it, lift, sharp left-hand turn. Well, that will it'll scrub a little bit of speed, slow your kart down, and it'll allow you to get good rotation to then get close to this apex on the left. Then what you can do is exit back out wide and basically prepare for this long back straight, which is all flat out. If you think about it, the exit of this chicane, so coming out of here, will determine your speed going all the way on the back straight, through the left, right, into the first corner. So it's very important you have a good exit out of that turn. When are you going to go to this track next?
What was that?
When are you going to go to Houston Karting Complex next?
Probably like next week on Saturday.
Awesome. So a couple of things to keep in mind. Think about making the track as wide as possible. As we said for turn one, what you want to try to do is go for an early brake and then wide entry into probably a mid to late apex. Try to get the best possible exit speeds out of corners. We then have this double hairpin sequence. Whenever you have a double hairpin, always think the first part of the hairpin is where I'm going to have to do the braking. So as you're already doing, continue with braking in the first hairpin, but now your speed is low. Go for a late apex for the first hairpin, flat out for the second hairpin, and carry that speed onto the next part. The next part is the chicane. Whenever it comes to a chicane, make sure your kart is positioned correctly. We said it's a wide entry, then it's a sharp late turn, end up on the right-hand side of the track. More importantly, as the corner goes from right into left, so almost this S bit right over here, that's where you should go for an early lift. So let's remove the braking now. Early lift and sharp turning. That'll help you with rotation and get onto basically the back straight. And with this current layout, it's very, very high speed. So you will be able to get a nice exit, hopefully, out of there. Was there anything else, Emmanuel, you wanted to go over?
No, that was really the only spots I really struggled with.
Amazing.
The chicane part and the double hairpin.
Yeah.
That's all I really struggled with. Yeah, trying to figure out which lane to take, on where to brake for which apex part should I take.
Amazing.
That's really all I really struggled with.
How many sessions are you gonna do next time when you drive on track?
Sessions. I usually take 2 or 3. So and each session is 10 minutes. So
amazing. So
yeah.
you've got time to experiment. I'd set session 1, keep everything the same except try the new line in the double hairpin. Then in session 2, do everything else the same except change the line in the chicane. This time lift and brake. And session 3, put it all together. Push. Go for your fastest lap time.
Yeah. All right.
Let me know how it goes,
really
Emmanuel. Let us know. Yep. Looking forward to hearing your feedback.
All right, I got you, dude. Yeah, thanks though. I really do appreciate it. You
Take
too,
care.
man.
Thanks for joining.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Noam?
Yo, what's up, bro?
How have you been? Ah, nice to see you, Noam. You're back home.
Yeah, I just got home.
Amazing. From the track?
I'm Danish champion.
Congrats. Congrats. Talk me through it.
Wait. I have the trophy or the
Wow, wow, wow! This is a
Hey.
big moment.
it is. I've got it right
You
here.
took me by surprise. I didn't know this was a championship race.
That's the
Wow,
big
look at
one.
those. Bring it closer to the camera. Nice. You got some nice medals as well.
Yeah,
So, where was this race? At Race Hall?
my home track.
Race Hall,
It's
right?
yeah. It's
And you were against how many drivers?
there was 7 in the senior class and 22 in the junior class where I was racing.
Wow, wow. Do you have a link of some footage we can just
I
put in the
don't I
background
don't
while we talk or
I,
something?
I don't have a GoPro yet.
No, no. I'm meaning
Sadly.
any good footage on which is on YouTube. Whilst we
Sure.
talk, we can put in the background as you can talk us through the race. Similar to what you've been sharing before, or even practice race, which might look good.
Sure. Just give me 1 second.
Go for it.
I will just take this one. This is one of the workers here. He's very fast, but
Nice.
I send a link in the chat in here.
Let me just open it up and then Race Hall. Just give it 1 second whilst it loads up. So, what was the format today? Same one, quali, race 1, race 2.
Two qualies, in 2 different cards, and then pre-final and a final.
Wow! And how many points did you have before this?
I haven't. It's like it was a 1 race thing.
Oh, it was 1 race basically. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. That's even more pressure, I'd say.
Yeah.
Because the stakes are high, and is this like an annual race every year? They have this.
It's what's it called? The the FIA.
Nice.
Just in rental karting, we have something called I don't remember the name right now. Daisu, it's called.
Nice.
They kind of they put this together.
Awesome. Awesome. So there's lots of drivers, as you said. How did the qualifying go?
P1 both times.
P1 both times, and different carts, I guess you took.
Yeah, difference.
Was there difference in the carts between the first and second one you took, or they were decent?
Yeah, the first card was perfect for me. I felt.
Okay.
And the second card was the exhaust had fallen off, so it was like
no.
super loud, and the seat was sliding like back and forth. So I
Really?
had to jump up in the straight. But otherwise, it was quite good.
Okay. And then in pre-final, you're saying comes next?
Yeah, I started on pole. Everybody
Yep.
was fighting, so I just drove away.
Oh, that's the best feeling. Yep. When you just get it. Is it a rolling start, standing start? How was
It was
that?
an F1 style race, so standing start.
Nice, nice. So you just got a good start and then let everyone battle as you went in front.
Yeah.
What was the gap to the guys behind?
20 seconds.
20 seconds. Oh, then you're laughing.
Yeah.
How did you manage that pre-final? Were you just driving your own race, and
Basically.
do you have like a certain corner where you check the gap and things like that if it's increasing and things?
Yeah. This is turn 7, turn 8. Out of turn 9, I usually look behind.
So about here.
Right here.
Awesome. Yeah, you have a nice stretch. You can look around. Where's the gap? And what about the kart in pre-final? How was that?
It was all right. It was like kind of mid, but it wasn't.
Okay.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Very average.
It was average. So you're happy with number 1 winning, of course, the pre-final, but then the pace was there as well to keep you in front.
Yes.
So what happened in the final?
The final, I won all the 3 heats, qualifying and the pre-final. So I got to choose cards first, and
Nice.
I took a safe pick and choose the card I just drove because I knew
Okay.
it was all right.
Okay, interesting. Do they like change the numbers so you don't know if it's the one from
No,
training and things, or
no, they don't.
okay? Surely there's that one card which is always the best.
It kind of varies from month to month, but
Okay.
uh, like if there's new tires on one card and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
that makes a difference.
For example, I just got home and um, I arrived at race hall 7:30 in the morning today. So I've been
Wow.
there quite a while.
Quite a while, we could say. That's almost a full day, but it was
Yeah,
worth it. That's the main thing.
it was.
So what happened in the final? Again, standing start, like
Yeah,
F1.
and
Um,
my good teammate Oliver was
yeah,
actually P2. So
amazing.
we just kind of made a deal that for the first like 5 or 6, like we would just drive away.
Okay.
That we did, but then after that he couldn't keep up, so I just drove away and won it.
Oh, that's a good feeling to have. Sometimes when you work together, you're not sure if the guy behind is quick, because then you clear everyone, and then it's between you and them. Who's gonna
Yes,
take first? So it's good thing that you were quicker, so you didn't have to worry about defending and things like that. How much did you win the final by?
2 seconds. It was quite close, like a tenth every
Okay,
lap or so.
all right. So it's a good job that you kept pushing to open the gap. Then, yeah.
Yeah,
That's important, especially when it's so close. I mean, 2 seconds is not that much, but you are consistent, and then you build up the gap like that. That's the key thing. What do you think was the secret to victory then?
pace. I
Yeah,
didn't make a single overtake in the
right.
whole thing.
Yeah,
So
from qualifying, then you always P1 after.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's true. You know,
just my pace is actually just the only thing.
that helps, and especially when you don't have to deal with starting from the mid pack, people bumping, blocking, all this stuff. You could just do sessions, and the pressure's a lot less. Was Hassan there?
No, he wasn't.
Okay. I thought we could have got his input from the race.
No,
Were
he
there a lot
didn't.
less people basically joining?
I think we were how many? We were 7
Okay,
home track drivers,
nice.
and then the rest were from other parts of Denmark.
Okay. Well, you can see the home track advantage helped,
Yeah.
and is that all the training that you did went to good impact. That's a sign that you're on the right path in terms of practice and training you've been doing.
Mm.
When the results show for it. So when is the next race that's coming up?
That would be last Sunday this month. That's just the normal Grand Prix we have.
Okay, this is a special race that you just did though today.
Yeah.
Amazing. What were the prizes for today's race?
The honor. The honor and the medallion.
Exactly. Well, that's a big honor to get, and now everybody is going to be fighting you to take the position back. Is that right?
Yeah.
But
We'll
I
see.
think I think you've got the experience of winning it first, so you can definitely take it on to the next time.
Yeah. I mean, one Oliver, he didn't know I was driving today. So when he
Okay.
saw me, he went, "Fuck."
Oh no, no one was here. I thought I had the chance, huh? I thought I could have done it. Well, that just adds to the competition. When there's lots of good drivers, you have a deserved winner in then. It's not that you turned up and then everyone is like amateurs. There was a solid competition, I guess,
Yeah.
against you. No, that's very, very well done. Thank you so much for sharing your experience. It's too bad we didn't have any footage, but
Yeah.
that's for the future. that's the next step now.
Maybe after Christmas I'll have a GoPro.
There you go. There you go. Was there anything else you wanted to discuss before we wrap up for today?
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about your trip to Denmark. Have you?
Trip to Denmark, yes. That's in the pipeline. Nothing is confirmed yet, though. But I'm definitely looking into arranging something.
Sounds awesome.
As you
It's
recommended, you're saying by the end of the year or where the new year is when you get the new carts.
I would say
Will
by the end of the year or like start of January.
let's hope we can sort something out. If I do get confirmation, you'll be the first one I'll be messaging. Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, Noam, for joining Track Help today.
Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure as always. What we're going to do is wrap up for today's session. It looks like we've got a couple of questions just to address on Instagram. Question for you, Noam, actually. Do you know how I can get a better start in my races? Thilo is asking.
Question for me.
Yep. How do you get better
It
starts?
it depends. If it's a standing start, I would say don't worry about too much getting the great launch and the 0.0 millisecond reaction time.
Yeah.
That's not what matters. What really
Great.
matters is your aggression. That you're able to be on the limit of the rules without breaking them, but still moving your way through the pack. And if you're starting on pole, let's say, just drive away. Everybody
Yeah.
will fight.
Yeah.
You
Great
can win
point.
You can win the lap on lap one.
You won't win it on lap one, but you can lose it on lap one if you're too quick on the start. They're always checking for jump starts, and that goes right the way up to F1. Obviously where it becomes more serious. So I agree with Noam. I think it's about working your way through as efficiently as possible. Don't worry too much about that standing start. Especially in rental cars, low horsepower, it really doesn't make that much of a difference. What will make a difference is if you decide to dive bomb somebody on lap one and then you take them out, you get a penalty. Or if you're patient and then you can pass them basically on the next corner. So it's all about racecraft like that. We had a couple of questions about people joining the academy. So as I said, head over to the KTips website. You'll find the link to sign up. Once you sign up, I'm going to admit you inside, and this is basically how the academy portal looks. We have a landing page where you can put different posts. First post, you're going to find the different links to firstly join this discussion and then share your footage. So we had a number of drivers who noted down what they wanted to share and a YouTube link or even a track map that they wanted to go through. Introduce yourself. As I said, every week we have lots of new people joining. This week at the beginning of the session, we went through all these drivers who wrote the introduction. Luis from Germany, Inacio from Chile, Gerardo from Mexico, Victor from Poland, Pedro from Portugal, and JM from Czech Republic. So very, very diverse community. You're part of a global community. We've also got the level 1 training program. We got AJS in the comments. He's saying he bought the program. Just confirm when you did, as I'll take a look. Looking forward to catching up to you on there. As we mentioned on the level 1 training program, this is for anyone who is struggling to improve their lap time at their track or is just tackling a brand new track. We'll show you a systematic way to get your fastest lap time in 4 weeks with a combination of skills, which you'll learn through video lessons, and then, of course, a weekly online coaching session with me one-to-one so we can review your progress and plan ahead for the next week. Additionally, on the academy, you can ask questions such as David is doing over here about different boots. We've got Harry sharing something about telemetry. We've got Saad sharing some footage about his experience, and then just general questions about karting as well. There's plenty of people who will be answering it. Until next week at Saturday, 6 a.m. GMT or Sunday, 6 p.m. GMT. We'll see you again on the live stream. Take care, everyone. Good night.
Bye.